Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I am thanking to Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and also thanks to you people that you people give your precious time towards me. I hope that everybody is fine, feeling well, and enjoying the weather of today. Today our topic of presentation that is paragraph writing. That what actually the paragraph writing is and how we may be develop this paragraph writing. As everybody knows that paragraph writing, it's a very technical term, and it's a very technical we say like a terminology that how we may develop the paragraph writing is whenever we are writing, so many things are in our mind, that how we think, how we write, how we conclude these ideas in our mind. So that is known as actually the writing script. So let's suppose, for example, you are writing an essay, and everybody knows that in essay writing we don't have any we say like headings and like these things. We have only paragraphs. So that is known as paragraph writing. How to develop a paragraph writing, how to develop a scientific paragraph writing, because in essay writing we don't have any headings. We must have to deliver our ideas, thinking, emotion, each and everything with the help of paragraphs. And with the examiner, we already know that he or she they may don't have any sufficient time. So that's why we may have to express our ideas in shape of different sentences and words in shape of different paragraphs. That is known as paragraph writing. So we are now going to discuss what is actually the topic sentence. The topic sentence is the first sentence in the paragraph. It actually introduces the main idea of the paragraph. So that's why we say it is the topic sentence. We say, how do I write? 1. Summarize the main idea of your paragraph. Make clear what your paragraph will be about. For example, here is a small paragraph. Canada is one of the best countries in the world to live in. First, Canada has an excellent healthcare system. All Canadians have access to the medical services at a reasonable price. Second, Canada has a high standard of education. Students are taught by well-trained teachers and are encouraged to continue studying at the university. Finally, Canada's cities are clean and efficiently managed. Canadian cities have many parks and lots of space people to live. As a result, Canada is a desirable place to live. Let's suppose, for example, look at the sentences, supporting details. What are your supporting details? They come after the topic sentence, make up the body of the paragraph. This one. First, Canada is the one of the best countries in the world to live in. ये क्या है अब आपका टॉपिक हो गया. क्यों? Now he is defined why actually the Canada actually the first or the desirable country in the world to live in. First, Canada has an excellent healthcare system. ठीक है. Number 1, all Canadians have access to the medical services at a reasonable price. Second, Canada has a high standard of education. Students are taught by a well-trained teacher and encouraged studying at the university. Finally, Canada cities are clean and efficient managed. इसका मतलब है कितने इसने बताए 3. एक ये है कि इसका हेल्थ सिस्टम है. सेकंड, इसकी एजुकेशन हर बंदे के लिए है. और थर्ड क्या है, ये इसकी सिटीज़ खूबसूरत है, clean है. That's why he is saying that Canada is one of the best countries in the world to live in. ठीक है. They came after the topic, making up the body of the paragraph. क्या है अब? What do? They give details to develop and support the main idea of the paragraph. And how do I write them? You should give supporting facts, detail and examples. Are you getting me? For example, अब देखें ज़रा यहाँ पर नंबर 1 by 1 फॉलो होता जाता है. They came after the topic sentence, making up the body of the paragraph. देखें, first, Canada has an excellent system, healthcare system. What do? They give details to develop and support the main idea of the paragraph. They give details. अब क्या है? healthcare system के बाद ये क्या कहता है? All Canadians have access to the medical service at the reasonable price. It's actually details, it actually gives detail of the topic sentence. फिर ये क्या कहता है? You should give supporting facts, detail and examples. क्या है? आप इधर देखें. All Canadians have access to the medical services at the reasonable price. Second, Canada has a high standard of education. Students are taught by well-trained teachers and are encouraged to continue studying at the university. Finally, Canada cities are clean and efficiently managed. Canadian cities have many parks and a lot of space of people to live. As a result, Canada is a desirable place to live. तो अब ये क्या हो गया? ये एक्चुअली ऑल आर गिविंग फर्स्ट यहाँ से लेकर टू लिव यहाँ तक ये क्या है? दे आर फॉलोइंग एक्चुअली व्हाट आर सपोर्टिंग सेंटेंस, व्हाट डू दे डू, हाउ डू आई राइट देम. इन द लास्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस दैट इज अ क्लोजिंग सेंटेंस. What is a closing sentence? The closing sentence is the last sentence in the paragraph. ठीक है? What does it relates to? It relates the main idea of the paragraph. It actually relates the main idea of the paragraph. Let's suppose, for example, as a result, Canada is a desirable place to live. Why? In the above sentence we are saying Canada is one of the best countries in the world to live in. This last sentence actually supports the first beginning sentence. तब ये क्या कहता है? How do I rewrite one? Restate the main idea of the paragraph using different words. Restate. मतलब you must have to reconstruct the main ideas which actually is in your mind regarding what the paragraph. For example, here's saying, as a result, Canada is a desirable place to live. This is known as closing sentence. You are reconstructing the paragraph in your mind. Are you getting me? Now, for example, Alexander the Great. Example number 2. Start with a topic sentence that clearly identify the main points of the paragraph. Look at the sentence. Alexander the Great was a successful ruler because his actions created long-lasting effects on cultures that continue to the present day. Example. Think of an example that supports your thesis statement. One example of his legacy was the creation of Hellenic society. Explanation of the example. What does this specific example mean? Be specific. Expand your example by providing additional important details. Hellenism was the combination of Greek, Persian and Egyptian cultures during this remarkable time period. People were encouraged to pursue a formal education and produce many different kinds of art. New forms of math, science and design made a great impact on the society. So, how does the example prove your statement, thesis statement? Why is the example important? How does it support the main claim of your thesis statement? If this new way of life had not been as successful as it was, Alexander's legacy would not be an unmemorizable and groundbreaking. Concluding sentence अब क्या है? Sum up the argument of your paragraph in a one sentence. Because he conquered many countries and blended together many different cultures, Alexander the Great is widely recognized from the achievements and credited with being one of the greatest rulers in history. Putting it all together, now you are going to make all of the ideas to conjunct in one paragraph. Look, putting it all together. Alexander the Great was a successful ruler because his actions created long-lasting effects on the cultures that continue to the present day. One example of his legacy was the creation of his Hellenistic society. Hellenism was the combination of the Greek, Persian and Egyptian cultures. During this remarkable time period, people were encouraged to pursue a formal education and produce many different kinds of arts. New forms of math, science and design made a great impact on the society. If this new way of life had not been as successful as it was, Alexander's legacy will not be as memorable and groundbreaking because he conquered many countries and blended together many different cultures. Alexander the Great is widely recognized for his achievements and credited with being one of the greatest rulers in the history. And now अभी एग्जाम्पल नंबर 4 को आप देख लें. ये आपकी सिर्फ अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए अभी एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. ये आप देख लें, कंप्लीट की कंप्लीट आपके लिए पैराग्राफ दिया हुआ है. ये देख लें. During the Civil War era, many factions sought to change to America. Remarkable speakers spreads their ideas through the oratory, trolling their audience through powerful speeches that appealed to both emotion and logic. This actually, the first sentence from here towards here shows that what actually the paragraph is about. देख रहे हैं आप लोग. Conflicts within that. ये तमाम मैंने पैराग्राफ एक दिया हुआ है आपके अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए कि आप पैराग्राफ्स को एक्चुअली डेवलप किस तरह करेंगे. बात समझ में आ रही है? These are the examples. When slaves sang this song, they could have been speaking for their departure from his life. This is actually that in essay writing, at how actually you are going to develop the paragraph in shape of paragraph writing. So this topic is all about the paragraph writing. You must have to focus over on the beginning. You must have to focus over on the beginning of the few rules, that what actually the topic sentence is, how does it do, and how do I write one, and what is supporting details, and the last one, closing sentence. So in every paragraph you must have to know about these 3 different supporting examples, that what is topic sentence, what is supporting details, and what is the closing sentence in the paragraph, and rest of the paragraph that is automatically developed with your own ideas. So these are the few supporting examples. So this is actually the topic related with the paragraph writing. Now if you have any questions, so you can ask me. And there are certain also steps for the paragraph writing as well. For example, we say like a grammar, punctuation, parts of speech. These are also is in the paragraph writing. But the most important thing related with the paragraph writing, that is the ideas, because where you are not present, so you maybe attract the audience with the help of your words, with the help of your thinking, that what actually you are thinking about. What is the difference between me? What is the difference between you? And what is the difference between a common person is in the society? So we maybe create differences in the society with the help of thinking. That you are thinking decently, I am thinking another way, and someone is in the society is over on the road, he is thinking differently. So you maybe create the differences with the help of just thinking regarding with the topic in a scientific way, that you actually attract the audience, you attract the audience, or you actually attract the mind of the examiner. So you are just thinking over on the topic, you concrete the ideas, you maybe junk all of the scattered ideas in your mind. So that is known as paragraph writing, and a paragraph writing in a scientific way, this is known as paragraph. So if you have any question, keep in your mind, so just write down the question and text me and ask me freely, frankly. I will respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Stay blessed.